Hello and welcome to the Linux Panic YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to do a BIOS update on your motherboard. But first, before we proceed further into the video, I'd like to thank my channel members Mislav and Dave Williams. They get early access to videos such as this one right here. Now, into the video. First things first, I realise this is Windows because the first time around I tried to record this, I got the wrong version of the BIOS, didn't I? I got the version 1.0, not the 1.1. So I was having issues, and my system rebooted into Windows, not Linux. So I just said, screw it, we do Linux. We do Windows. So, once you've got your BIOS, which in my case I have, that can be told to go away. We need to download it and extract the BIOS. In particular, mine is the B550mk11.ff. As we can see, it shows as a .ff file. So, now that we've got this downloaded, we need to restart our system. So in my case, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to press the reset button on the front of the case because I have it wired up, to which I very much like. Now, depending on your motherboard manufacturer, you might have it different. For me, if I just aggressively mash the delete key, it brings me to the BIOS. In this case, BIOS Gigabyte. The time is not 318, and it is the 14th, but it's not 318. For Gigabyte motherboards, the BIOS flash functionality is the Q flash, which will be F8. So in my case, F8. Yes, I wish to update the BIOS. And as we can see here, we actually have something. I just have to turn the mouse around. It is the correct one. So, do we wish to update BIOS? Yes, we do. Now, at this point in time, you cannot, under any circumstances, restart your system or even attempt to power it down. You cannot have a power cut, because if you do, you brick your motherboard unless you've got some form of flashback functionality on your motherboard. In my case, I don't. And as we can see, the BIOS that's currently on this motherboard is from the 22nd of March 2024. Which would have been the last time I updated this particular motherboard. Now, this motherboard was one from my first time around in Australia, so that's why. Now, it is just a simple matter of sitting and waiting. There is nothing you can do at all. You do just have to sit and wait. If you touch the power, you have to go buy a new motherboard. You're probably wondering, well, why do I have to go buy a new motherboard if I touch the power? Well, as previously mentioned, unless your motherboard has a specific flashback functionality, you brick your motherboard. Because this is basically rewriting the operating system on the motherboard, if you lose power now, you lose the motherboard. Again, unless you've got flashback functionality. So, in this case, I don't have flashback functionality. So we do just have to sit and wait for it to update. Now, as we can see in the, 2 minutes I've been sat here talking, we are nearly done. Now, depending on your motherboard, again, different from manufacturer to manufacturer, you can just update the BIOS directly from inside the BIOS because they do have networking built into them. Some BIOSes do. In my case, this one doesn't. It just wants it from a USB stick, for which I'm more than happy to oblige. And to be fair, the idea of losing the BIOS because of a network outage mid-update is kind of terrifying. Now the system is rebooting, what we will do is mash delete because it is rebooted. Ignore the fact that it says DisplayPort no signal, because the motherboard now has a brand new operating system on it, which, if memory serves me from last night, it does this. It goes, hey, I have a new CPU installed. No you don't. No you don't. I'm going to select yes because I don't have BitLocker. I don't use BitLocker, so it doesn't bother me. I would recommend backing up your BitLocker recovery and all that jazz. Once you do, don't worry. I'm sure you know how to do it. So once you've done this and repeatedly mashed the delete key for 8 billion times per femtosecond, we should get back to an operating system. We'll get back to a BIOS. Technically, this is also an operating system. But now that we're here, we're going to press F12. And we now have the FF version of the BIOS, which means it's worked. However, it now does not remember any of my settings because it's changed. So I've now got to go through and reset everything, including, yeah, I've got to go through and reset the virtualization settings. Yay! But if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike. They both seem to work, even though you could only see one of them. Remember, when you use Linux, don't panic. I have been Nick. You have been amazing. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.